Well, keep going to chapter 6. Here's our 9th scene. Jesus Christ is the bread of life that gives eternally secured life, starting in verse 27. In John chapter 6, Jesus, as John's recording him, portrays a believer who believes the gospel that Jesus teaches as one who is securely drawn to Christ. So the supernatural divine tractor beam gets on them, and they can't get away and pulls them. They're securely drawn to Christ, but it doesn't stop there. Those who are securely drawn partake of Christ and stay with him. See, one of the truths of salvation is Jesus says that all who come to me, I'll never cast out, and whoever comes to me, no one can pluck them out. No one can remove them, including themselves. See, I'm part of the no one. People believe that verse. They think, oh, no one can take my salvation away, but I can lose it. Aren't you one too? Aren't you human too? Jesus said, no human, no creature, no spirit being, nothing can separate what I've done. But let's look at these one at a time. Look at verse 27 of chapter 6. Do not labor for the food which perishes, but for the food which endures to everlasting life. A believer endures. They securely come to Christ. He says the same thing in verse 35. Jesus said to them, I am the bread of life. He who comes to me shall never hunger. Jesus said, I'm the bread, and the only way you get the bread is you come here where I am, and when you're with me, I'm feeding your soul. You see, that's the problem. A lot of believers act like unbelievers. In fact, in April, we had Ken Ham here. Ken Ham, the creation apologist, is an unbelievable servant of the Lord and great communicator. He wrote a book about 5 years ago, an assessment of the church. You know, everybody, we have all kinds of statistics and all these things, these alarming things, but you know, Ken put it well. You know what he said? The title of the book is Already Gone, and his premise is this, that the children of believers today are growing up in homes where they do not see parents drawn to the Word. They see their parents drawn to everything but the Word. They see their parents just totally living on their own, and they go to church. And they're totally different in church, and the kids notice that, and they come to church, and they go through this church charade, and then they go back to the real world, and the kids go, this is a charade. And so they are more into what they consider the real world, the electronic and cartoon and game and movie and social world, which is very real to them and to their parents, by the way, and God is not. And so what happens is as soon as the kids can decide, they check out, and they're, as Ken Ham said, already gone. Why are they gone? Because they don't see reality. They don't see what I'm talking about here. This is real salvation. Jesus said, the majority of people, the wide road during the church age is going to hell. The narrow, you ought to reread what he said. In the book of Matthew, he says, the way of salvation is narrow, and there are few people on it. The broad road of religion, most people are on. And what it is they're just associated with it. They know all about it, but they've never had all these things happen.